Happy Memorial Weekend, everyone. Hopefully you are having an awesome weekend too. It was interesting in the office this week. We were asking people, hey, what are you doing for Memorial Weekend? A lot of people said, that's this weekend. So hopefully you knew about it ahead of time. I know with everything going on, our schedules are a little bit different than usual. And what happens, I find a lot of times when we talk about camping, people say, oh, that's so peaceful. That's so relaxing. And yeah, it is really relaxing. This time though, it was a little bit different. It took a moment for especially my wife to settle in. You can see her, I think she's eating a snack right back there. But the reason this time was different is we had hiked along a trail for a while, and then we decided to find our spot where we're actually going to camp. So we went off the trail and we're hiking until we found this spot along the river, which we thought, oh, this is going to be perfect. And the reason this time was a little bit more scary in a sense is that as we started to settle in, my wife said, I'm a little bit nervous since we're not right on a trail, we're not in a campsite, there's no other people around, we're probably not going to encounter any people while we're here. And it made me realize that when she wasn't quite settled in, it wasn't really going to be as relaxing for either of us. And so we started talking, and as we were setting up the tent, there was this weird creaking sound. And it was actually two trees rubbing against each other because of the wind. So I told her, okay, dear, put that in your memory banks, because if that happens in the middle of the night, you'll be able to hear the creak and say, oh, that's right, it's those trees, and fall back asleep. Then we started talking about animals, and we talked about a bobcat, for example. It sounds kind of scary, but guess what? A bobcat, if I'm on the ground here, a bobcat's is kind of like a small dog, and it's way more scared of us than we ever need to be of it. And then right before bed, all of a sudden we hear this snorting, this clearly an animal, clearly not like a tree or any other sound. And I told her, oh, you know what that is? It sounds pretty scary right before bed. It's actually a deer. It's upwind of us. It caught our scent. And what deer do is they snort and they'll stomp their hooves at the same time to try to intimidate whatever they just smelled. And it was a little bit through the trees, so we couldn't see it, but it was a deer trying to intimidate us to make us go away. And once she started to understand these different things, guess what? She started to calm down and relax. And it really hit me this morning, because especially this morning, she said, yeah, now I feel peaceful. Now I feel settled in, and she was able to relax a lot more when she could feel that peace and settling in. And what it hit me is when it comes to health challenges, how challenging that can be as a mom or a dad, not knowing what's going on with your child. Or maybe it's yourself and there's something you've been struggling with for a long time and you haven't gotten to the root of it, how challenging that can be to not really settle in and not really enjoy what's going on around you, to have an awesome trip like this and still have that health issue on the back of your mind. So I wanted to just share that this is something that we are so passionate about. I've been in practice since 2007 and have had some amazing stories over the years of what we do about looking at what can be interfering with your body's natural ability to be healthy, to stay healthy, to heal, whether it's for yourself or your child, to really dive in to find out why you're struggling or why your child's struggling and what we can do about it to help. And that's what we're so passionate about, is being able to get to the root of things so you have an answer. And when you have an answer, guess what? Life becomes easier. Life becomes more enjoyable. Just this last week before we left on the trip, we had a mom bring her 8-year-old boy to us who had this accident, and since then he's been irritable, he's been cranky, he's having these explosions, these outbursts that she knew wasn't him because he wasn't having them before. And we did our scans, we found, there's actually something in his nervous system that's irritating his brain. We're going to be able to help. And guess what? That gives her a lot of peace of mind, and that's something we so enjoy doing, is giving people peace of mind about their health so they can enjoy life. So hopefully that is something that you can reflect on. If you are struggling, if you are in a challenge, we take a very unique perspective, and we'd love to be able to see if we can help you guys too. So finish up with a good Memorial Weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later.